It is. That Sky pick coming out is definitely something. Seeing Guild walking into FPX's home map that they've beaten everyone on. I mean, every big team you can imagine, they've got wins on them. But now, though, we'll be starting out with Guild on the attack, not too surprising, and FPX on the defensive side, and Angel already taking some great territory over towards A-Long. This is lovely work. Very quickly trying to get through this potential default that is going for a bit of a B lean. It will be Sky on the other side in Shadow's hands.
Yeah, this is interesting. You see, actually, Dimisic was considering the rotation over, but now the Shadow, I guess, has spotted something out, and Garage is going to draw him back. They have full control over A, so they're able to sit with 3 on B side whilst this wall stays in male. Guild going to reset and come back and explore mid once again. Again, the timing on this wall going to be important for them. If they can pop through as it's expiring, actually, no, they're going to opt to destroy it. So this is interesting, actually, now that they're giving this away. I can't help but feel they're going to double back on this if they get a little heat, because Demasic's already hit the rotation. He's back over to A Heaven once again, Lauren.
Waiting to see. You're seeing gonna just play catch with that. Vishal probably getting first contact here. And does manage to keep vision on this. Shadow going to be given the information, and just a stunner of a shot back to back here. Leo and Yassine going to put down, quick little flash, isolates another. This is great stuff from Shadow, showing just maybe some real versatility with Sky, and it looks wonderful in his hands already. Dimisic does come around to shut this one over, but I've got to say it, I am more than impressed with that sustainability on the Sky there. That initial kind of fact-finding that they went for over towards that B lobby, kind of B halls area, fantastic, that works well. But the ability to stay alive, kind of reposition, depend a little on the limited amount they had in this round, worked wonderfully.
Yeah, a little weird there to see, obviously the wall goes down, the 2 players from Guild kind of trailing in mid a little bit, and yes, I mean, you can take the 2v1 with, was it Yassine and Leo who pushed through, but, I mean, there's no reason to, right? You've almost kind of cancelled off stairs. There's no threat from that side. I don't know why it was 2 lagging behind in mid. This time around, Guild can send 5 up mid. Ooh, Yassine did just catch into Dimisic there, but a perfect flash once again. Dimisic, follow up on that one.
God, Dimisic. Just blind for days, just catching flashes. It's not a nice way to be. Angel has lent on over towards ropes, and he has been picked up, so that's a big gun kind of taken on over. Rifle falls through towards the attacking side, but whether or not they get to keep that is the next part of the conversation, which is a resounding no. Demasic's already removed that threat. Gonna readjust. Shao's now come in. They've done some damage here for sure, but the round is secured, and, well, I guess they lose 3 players. I'm sure they've maintained that rifle has probably been filtered through, so not too much harm or foul.
Shadow already got really good progress on those Seekers, and again, it's a talking point for that switch up. I'm loving seeing Sky become more and more prominent throughout Europe, and I mean, again, a big opportunity here. We were just talking about this again. Some of the mid-split possibilities here on this map in particular with our utility, and more so looking towards the attacking side, but
yeah. I'm already liking on the defensive side, though. The fact-finding, the information sort of side of Sky is looking really good here. It's a little bit maybe harder to do sight hits with in comparison to a breach, for example, I feel. But at present, we will have to kind of see how this unfolds. It's something new to my eyes that I'm really happy to be seeing. As said, there was an early kind of B lean. You saw that presence towards the B lobby once again, just kind of chilling out. But it looks like they're going to default back towards this mid take. The double stack towards ropes, though, is going to be very, very unique. Flash comes in. Yassine's in all kinds of trouble. But Draken, really well done to maintain cover, sit down, just go anti-flash almost, and play off the back of this.
Japan actually going to find that kill, though. Getting behind. Meanwhile, Guild have actually swung all the way back around here. Again, going to try and find... Yeah, I was going to say, going to try and find the timing on this wall dropping. Actually, Xiao has to give it up, but he's going to re-peek, throw the slow down. Actually, Guild going to come towards Heaven, try and press a Yassine off this spot. There you go. Sorry, Zipan. Yeah, they do find that kill.
Okay, there's still plenty more threats. Demasic's been over this side. Angels, of course, could be over here, and he's great for at least 1. The trade is effective for Leo, though. But now the time's going to become a factor. You've got 26 seconds and not too much sight progress. You have Heaven control, but that's not enough, because Dimisic is still watching it. Draken with great positioning, though, trying to just slice through the middle and allow time for that spike to go through safely. Massive, but oh, massive! massive kill from Demasik. How on earth does he predict that? Draken now gone. We're in a 2v1. Demasik is low, but does he now try and play ahead of the expected timing? No, he takes a second, and now they can play back in together. No fight to be found for Bonka. But again, I've got to say it, I love the idea, the intention from Draken then. But the counterplay from Demasik was so sharp. He was so aware of that possibility.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not sure if he did have to deal with a trapwire or something over in Mail there that kept Demasik kind of conscious of that flank through defensive spawn, but really heads up play from him. And actually FPX put their third up, and Guild going to be struggling economy wise already. Why not we see a little investment into this round? A couple of armors, couple of pistols, it looks like. Ultimate progress, I mean, it's only really safe and Draken that are close by. Leo 2 off his revive, so not an awful lot in terms of trying to convert through this this lighter buy round.
Right, and I think something that we can talk on, unless we start seeing a couple of threats, is the kind of, I guess, variation between what a Sky versus a Breach can potentially bring you. Again, it's something that I do want to keep idea of. Obviously, Breach is more of a purist when it comes to the flashing capability, a little bit more kind of predisposed to have consistent success, I feel. Whereas Sky's a little bit trickier to make work. However, Zipan turns the flash, Draken goes down, he falls away, doesn't want to get crunched on by these pistols. And there you go, Boombot's going to give away their intentions once again, and they have to flee away from ropes.
Yeah, the paint shell following up on that. FPX happy not to overcommit to holding them. And now Angel playing pretty deep. He wants to kind of play the distance on that, but we'll swing on to Leo.
No
yeah,
trade?
it's interesting to see Leo kind of not overextended, but peeking that solo almost. And Angel's actually going to find safe through the smoke as well.
Yeah, the classic counter 3 and spam that works. Safe goes out, and there we have it. Demasix cleaning up, expecting that extremity push coming in from Yassine, and it was read like a book. So far, FPX keeping really good control on this. We haven't seen the economy even out just yet in the gun rounds, so I'll have to kind of take a second of consideration. But FPX overall looking very solid. This is the FPX we expect to see on this map, though. This is why if you pick this map, you better have a plan. Now, that's what we've got to keep our eyes on now we're coming into the full buy round, is what is the plan from Guild? You don't walk into this map lightly. FPX have had losses in the past, keep in mind. This is, way back, and it was mostly to just G2. Which is pretty fair, because that was when G2 were in their prime position. Since then, they've beaten every big name you can imagine. So FPX are kind of the kings of this castle. So I want to see what Guild have in store. They've got to have a plan in mind.
I mean, right now, yes, you can write these rounds off as fact finders, but Guild not really getting a look into either side, to be honest with you. This war can actually be dealt with very quickly. Xiao once again with the judge sat up top. And again, it's just so difficult to deal with something like that in a position Xiao's playing, especially when it's one side where effectively Safe's playing solo. He's playing that lurk. He's playing the information gather role.
It's super hard to get early presence anywhere. You've got that sky flash towards middle, which obviously also kind of gives away positioning, right? So it'll tell you when people are there the way it works. So well and truly aware that there will be presence in mid. They've not allowed any push towards the extremity on A. The only vulnerability is B, but even then, you've still got the Cypher and then double stack towards Heaven on that side. It's a very, very hard defense to come up against. You can see the theory crafting. For now, however, Rope's control has been lost, at least for the defensive team, and Guild have tried to take that territory. On the other side is Angel, and is pretty much on his internal clock to tell him when Ropes is a problem.
You know, it's there actually, as soon as the wall goes down, Shadow going to get a little bit of information. Actually, 2 Seekers headed out to mid there. Third one doing something against the wall. Not sure
30 seconds left.
What, but some information at least. And now 25 seconds. Guild have got to get a move on. They have no control right now and aren't really set up.
Yeah, it's just a Heaven burst. They've lost a lot of presence. That late lurk through B-halls might be good. Shadow's good for a trade. Leo's going to bring back the teammate, however, and now we might be leaning towards just a post plant at this point. The retake might be the only option here, as the spike will be planted. Guild, they will be locked towards the site, however. That's the one thing that could be a problem, but there aren't many splits here, and Heaven's going to be hard to retake. You can already see Draken up there. Angel seems aware of the possibility, but the barrel shows. Baited out, though. Angel not going to give it away. Draken has to readjust now. Angel on the adjust, too. Going to send this through. Not just yet. Maybe a smoke to try and facilitate the play through. And here we go. Demasik the first one in, spams away, but it's Leo controlling. And Leo was a highlight before, and he might just be again. 3 big kills this round in a very late hit. And there it is. Decided by Yassine in the end. Angel goes down, and finally Guild get on the board, but that was a scary hit. Very, very late in the day. Very, you know, we always say Na'Vi-esque, right? But I mean, a lot of CIS teams play that late style hit, but Leo bailing them out with 3 is certainly going to help.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we talk about, you know, teams that tend to lean towards running the clock down, but right there, I mean, you picked up on it. They lack so much control. The fact that they have to kind of make this desperation push in. Yes, the wall goes down on the stairs, but if you have, I mean, for example, Shadow gets 1 or 2 kills in that scenario, it really, really doubles the pressure. So a little bit of a switch up on the side of FPX here. Seems like actually going to swap over to A side. No Shao holding close, and actually Guild on the back of that going to opt to move in onto A site.
Stealing sight.
Okay, so retaking towards ramp. They've got the flash now coming in with Demasic, but you can already see Leo's probably got an execution here. He does. Death from above. Demasic's dead. Shadow now looking pretty isolated. Has support coming in from Sage behind him in Heaven, but by now Spike's down. The site control is completely lost. This was a good read from Guild and a very good progress up towards this, kind of almost navigating around ramps and leaving Heaven and going, right, well, let's just take the site. Let's take that site control. And as you highlighted, it wasn't the same sort of setup from these players, so a new look and a new defense that didn't really get going.
Looks like actually FPX holding out for a kill. Initially, Zipan and Shadow going to find one. The flash comes through to main. A decent blind, but the double swing is too good from Leo and Safe. Angel's managed to slip his way onto site somehow, but no chance of the defuse coming through. Guild will post their second round win, and I love the switch up there. Again, as soon as they don't get contact from Shao on the wall there, they decide to push through and execute. Yeah. And it's on the back of Draken being able to TP into screens. Again, no real pressure coming through because both players were stacked up in Heaven for FPX. So I like that. Again, you can kind of write off some of these round losses as long as you're, you know, gathering the necessary information. You're getting a good feel for the defensive setup. That's a really good adjustment there by Guild.
And I wonder how much of that was read into not seeing that wall, right? It'd been there every single time, and until that moment, we're like, hey, well, maybe we can make an adjustment. It looks like a mid play is coming out from the defensive team. Angel's already going walkabouts. He's taken mid, and actually no one there to greet him, and on the other side, gets contact finally. Very aware of that sewer push could have come through, but falls away from this now. But that's added another insult to injury, because I've got to say, Guild are turning these rounds, but they are still having to retake so much map presence, it's forcing them into later hits.
This is the third time now, come 1 minute and left on the clock. They're having to re-explore mid just by FPX showing a little presence.
Look at Angel.
He's back into another spot now.
Okay, shown mid. Let me go have a little look towards B. I'll just sit on this, and guys, and I'd almost want them to free up some of the players leaning towards B. You've got Angel in a slightly forward position. Maybe leave him a little to it. He's not as self-sufficient as some of the other agents, sure, but you might want to back up your Cypher, because look how long these rotations will be. This is a 4-play stack.
I know, all eyes on Demasic here. He's going to get the info on the spy cam, and that's going to draw Pan straight on that rotation, but I've got a Spectre, so he's probably only good for 1, max 2. That's it. The fault line is perfect. Safe landing that headshot to clear that out. Angel going to try and hit the TP, but you're seeing all the way into Heaven already. This is a lot of site control going over.
Oh dear. Outplayed by Draken completely. That Heaven control, they didn't have enough step towards it. With Shadow being removed there as well. You can see Zipan stretching his legs. But for now, Guild have worked something out, and worked out in great time as well. Almost on the verge of making it look like they've been doing some real homework here. I've got to say it. Guild looked very well prepared in this. Now that take towards A, again, I like what FPX are trying to do. I don't mind that Angel's being kind of floating around the map, getting information, getting that presence. But if you've got that kind of post up towards B, maybe feeling that you could have let one of those players maybe play even mailroom or something a little closer towards A, because that Cypher was on an island.
Yeah, and again, I like the fault line being invested on Hell there. Because Shao's shown so much presence close by with the Judge, they're expecting that very tight hold on the choke point coming into A site. So good utility usage from there, but coming into this next one, Guild creeping through Garage, and time around, Shadows come back and take a little peek, but nobody on B site initially, so going to commit to the retake here. At least it looks that way.
Great little switch up as well. Going in towards this, maybe feeling the normal reaction from someone like FPX would be, hey, let's stack out A. Maybe, you know, they've been trying to work this out. Let's just sit there with pistols and whatever we have. I think there's a rifle and a Judge, but a good adjustment from Guild here. Once again, I feel like they're currently leading the pace a little bit, but let's see what that retake looks like. They're very close by. They've been allowed pretty close to sight. The flash towards the back of sight will be pretty good, but Yassine's way better. Huge double kill comes in. Zipan does answer, but that's Bonkar, not Yassine. And Demasik trying to do the dodge, and you can see them struggling to find favorable fights at this point. Draken giving away the game because he wants to bait them into this cross. He's fallen back and he's got one player with him. He doesn't even need the help. Great play again from Guild. Now, that was a semi-buy, I guess, from FPX. It wasn't the full purchase, but a good round from Guild here.
Again, the switch out once again. I'll have to take a look just to see if Guild are spotting anything out, because so far, I mean, the times they've explored mid, they haven't really found value, but I guess on these rounds that they're able to get feelers on exactly how FPX is setting up in Garage and A main, it's kind of becoming the deciding factor for when they commit to these hits. Again, 4 over towards B. I mean, 2 Garage and 2 Sushi. Safe actually going to find Angel. That's over on A ramp, so not going to be able to get the revive pretty quickly. I'm not sure if going to draw out the rotation, but that does give the information that there's a double stack over on that side.
They're reading so much into what I feel is Angel's positioning on where he's not. And they're hitting B, as you said. There is still that 2-play stack towards Heaven, but look at the movement. Yassine tries to get up on towards that, but Demasik says no, grabs him by the heels and drags him back down. Seeker's invested. They are running away from this. They disengaged from the site completely. They need this Cypher in mid to make great progress, but now with that ultimate popped, all that information has been seen. They now know that lean towards A could have been a possibility, and they don't have to over-rotate now.
And actually, as soon as that neural theft comes through, Guild actually hit the brake. Shadow going to find Draken looking to creep his way back into B. But the fact there's no follow-up and trade there, give FPX a lot more information here. And you can see they've retaken mid control. Angel's all the way at bottom mid now. And that sends 2 through ropes. There's 3 people now going to be holding on to Heaven potentially.
They need to just commit to this information. It's perfect. They've seen enough. Xiao should have seen at least some sort of the cross there. Now he's going to be at least pressured. They don't know his position, but they're going through the protocols. But Angel on the flank, he's going to have 1, 2, and not the third. Zipan comes in support, but what a flank from Angel. Great positioning, impeccable read, and the gutsy play to walk mid almost with no info. Yes, they had the neural theft earlier on, and they saw the potential rotation towards that A site. But he takes the initiative, and look at him, just perfect timing. Yeah,
the pinch was beautiful there. And again, I think that's on the back of Shadow. Shadow finding that kill onto Draken. If Draken's able to just lurk a little longer and not really show his hand, that creates that second threat for FPX where they have to be conscious of it. They have to be conscious of the possibility somebody is over that side of the map still. But again, as soon as Angel gets bottom mid, you see it. The instant readjust. Demasik and Zipan straight into ropes up to A Heaven.
Yeah, normally I would say Angel's very diligent on this map, but I've already been flamed for it, so I'll say attentive. How about that? Conscientious? I don't know. I'm working on it, but Draken is working on cracking up opportunities straight towards Heaven. It looks so easy. Demasik does answer back, though, so kind of evens this out. Taking out Yassine does remove a little bit of that punch, and there is still a threat here. Let's see if they can get this spike down without any further problems. They haven't maintained pure Heaven control, but they're sitting towards those rafters on the top.
Oh, actually, Rolling Thunder going to get sent all the way through Heaven, but no follow-up there. Safe going to find Angel over in towards mid, and it's a lot of control now. This is really tough if FPX still want to break into Z. It's a 3v4. Yeah, we'll find Draken and actually bring it to a 3v3, so definitely still doable here.
This plant is pretty good for safe, though, so I feel like he's the last line of defense, and it's a good one, too. And look at this, Leo and Bonkar doing well, and they're safe. Good positioning from him. Great timing. He kind of played the slow game, but that spike plant was perfectly positioned for him. So when he played out from kind of B main, he could always easily check on it. But there was no problems. I've got to say, I'm impressed with Guild.
Yeah, so far so good. I'm not sure. I mean, Shadow got caught with the Trailblazer up in Mail there. I'm not sure if the timing was just like really awkward on that smoke, but he didn't even cancel to get out of it, and that results in a freebie coming through the Guild. I'm around, just looking at it now, actually everybody on Guild's going to lean over towards A, and this is the readjustment once again. We've got Xiao and Demasik over on A site this time around. Actually, Xiao going to give it up. A double tripwire across that main area. Demasik just readjusting the cages momentarily. Expect to see the showstopper pop D. You can see Yassine's got it online, and actually they're already set up for the flash as well. Yeah, actually he's up on top of the box. It's looking like he's going to try and double satchel in here, catch a kill in heaven.
Even if not that, Demasik could be in trouble. Let's see. Gorgeous movement from Yassine. Pops the ult, no one close by. Might just send it towards Pillar. Flash comes out. He is blind. There it is. Straight towards Pillar, but the trade did come through for Demasik. So at least trying to keep this one equal and do some damage. And Shadow trying to slip in undercover. Stunner of a shot. 2 big headshots back to back. Even trying to chime in with a third. Not going to happen. And Guild have stabilized on the site for now. Spike has been recovered by Leo, but you can see Angel wants to just add to this mayhem. Shao joining in as well. And now where is that final player coming through? It'll be Draken trying to catch that cross. Gets outdone by Angel, and Shao shuts it down. FPX back in this.
Wow. I mean, they really turned it on the back of Shadow, kind of challenging before the spike even goes down. I'm surprised Shadow's able to slip into that position. You see here, I'm assuming he just walked out of screens here, but maybe nobody holding the edge of that smoke. I know potentially Yassine was still recovering from the showstopper play into sight, but yeah, Shadow has absolutely no business finding 2 kills there. I kind of put the stops on. Again, once that hit comes through to stop the plant even going down, it's really difficult for the attacking team to recover.
This is, again, a pretty all-in piece. Yassine's going to just prop himself forward, trying to pressure. Demasik wins that and doubles down with a second. He was flashed. He was just coming out of it, but still they're going to continue forward, trying to nail this landing. But Shadow, again, gets into a great position, offsetting. All that attention was being drawn towards ropes, and Draken did his job, but everyone else died on that just blender of bodies towards heaven. Oh dear, and the Seeker's on top. This is cruelty at its finest. They know what's up. Spike's being controlled.
But yeah, Draken 6 left in the clip. Gotta go for some taps here if he wants to recover this one. The spam comes through, down to 43 HP. Just a matter of time now. They're just gonna hold steady. All 3 folk. Oh, did catch the headshot there. We'll put Shao down, but again, a tall order, to say the least. Fake the TP, but doesn't look like FPX gonna bite.
He's made him play a little bit deeper.
He's forced Shadow off.
He gets a clean 1v1. Wait, Shadow, where are you going? Shadow, you've got Spike. Okay, they've relocated him.
30 seconds left.
I know the paranoia, pun aside, would have been building, but Draken's just trying to create opportunities. Zipan does not let it happen. Shuts it down before any further threats could have been built by Draken. You could see the idea, the intention starting to build, but couldn't quite find those final 2.
Demasik, I mean, the fact he wins the first, he recovers from the flash, and then actually re-challenges when you got to expect there's another 3 bodies behind him, right? I mean, at that point, you find the first one, cool, kudos, but then to find the second at that point, it doesn't even matter if you get traded out.
Side change coming through, and I want to highlight again, this is a big performance from Guild. We don't know the look from FPX this time around, at least with Sky, I feel. I don't think it's going to be too much of a change. I'd still say they are a very well-considered side, at least on the attack as well. Safe size to deal with that eventually. Playing up close, keep in mind, I believe he's going to have Draken.
I was going to say, the fact that they both had to shoot that is going to reveal the double stack on site here, so information gathered from both players having to shoot their weapons at the boom bot. They don't pull away, but see Angel and Shadow now come over towards mid. And that, actually, it's a decent setup right now. Again, gonna wait for the timing on this all. You can see it expiring now, but Zipan and Shao staying in garage. They know this push hasn't come through. Actually, looking like Safe might actually go for a peek here.
Does Safe actually continue this? That's the scary one. He's about to crest that corner.
Oh no.
And none of them have shown, but they're gonna find it pretty quickly. Safe's dead. That should be now crunched towards B with that sort of pressure. You can see Angel turned his attention, but Leo timed it really well to play through on ropes, but Sky's still there. Draken alive, gonna tuck himself in behind the wall. This could be huge. They have no idea. Draken could be the death of them. They're gonna get all that attention towards Leo, maybe a bit towards CT, but will they clear the deep side of sight? I don't think they will, and look at the damage being done. Draken goes down! But by that point, already the rest of his team did so well. A mad play in from Leo, feeling that confidence. Now Xiao, the 1v2 gets one, can't make it away in time. As Bonkar is there, the defuse comes in. And that was a sketchy take.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the paranoia came through, which resulted in the wall blocking off that push, but or whether or not that was just a plan the entire time, but the timing was perfect on that. Arkan throws his paranoia over towards B main. Leo just running around the entire map with a frenzy here, just making mad plays. Is this the bit where he drops down? I think it is, right? Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Imagine being that confident in just like full frenzy faith, you know? Just dive on in. Okay. I don't want to be that person, but I want to see a little more out of Xiao. He's been one of those players that has pulled the limelight definitely to our attention. He is an incredible player. I'd like to see him, you know, start warming up a bit, because when he pops, that guy is something else. So, not expecting it just yet, but maybe on this half he can find a bit more comfort here. As it stands, though, of course, the better purchase will be sitting with Guild.
Let's see, Guild playing this pretty deep, and I mean, this is what we're going to expect to see from Angel for the next 8 rounds. Constantly creeping mid, but Guild, again, anticipating it. It's got to be the expectation now. You play against FPX on split, expect Angel to walk up mid every single round.
Cover going out.
Trying to bait them to have a little look. No one falling for it yet. Shadow unable to locate the breach sitting deep towards the stairs. Now with 40 seconds starting to loom on the board, they do need to start making that progress. Bonkar might have seen the barrel on Angel looking up then, I'm not sure. There we go, Flash gets prepared. We're taking towards Heaven control. Very patient play from FPX, but they are down to 20 seconds. They still just need to go.
Again, I like this from Guild, though, just not giving up that pick, not creating an opening. FPX in 12 seconds now. They've got to make a move here if they want to even get close to the site. Angel actually going to find Bonkar inside the smoke now, but 7 seconds. They've got to come through.
They're just trying to cost them guns? I mean, Spike's being planted now. That is really close. I don't know if I love it. It's... it got them a spike plant and 2 kills. I guess that's not terrible. It's just it slightly terrifies me. I don't know. Like, look, I casted Na'Vi during the years of them pulling, you know, these sort of site hits off there and then. But there's a lot of downsides to it, and it's scary as hell. But I guess if you're FPX, you're not expecting to win that round. And if you can cost them 2 guns, get a spike plant, it's not terrible.
No. Again, if the aim of the game is economy damage there, then fair play. But again, I got to credit Guild there. They played so deep, they didn't even create that opening for FPX. And I mean, part of the reason the clock runs down that much, if FPX's game plan is to come into that, try and find a gap, try and find a pick, and they're just basically planning to do 2 double stacks. Oh, hello. Hold that thought.
Zipan. The pace on this boy. Oh, he just got a glimpse of 2. Can't quite make it through, but he's gonna pop. Wait, the ult gets popped by Yassine. He wants to put him down instantaneously. None of that big pressure. Good trades. Great work from Leo. Leo has been a firm favorite for me in these upcoming weeks. Looking formidable here. And now just Angel left alive in a 1v4.
And he's gonna walk back mid.
I've missed my domain.
I'm feeling very comfortable over there in Garage, but Spike down in Mail. Here's the opportunity here. It's a straight 50-50 the other side of that smoke in mid. Like Angel might opt to head over towards A. Just going to take a little peek into sewers now with the 3rd player coming up towards Guild. They've done they're searching now, and they're triple stacked on the spike. Going to hold on to this. Not even going to be given 1. Bonkar going to shut him down, and that's FPX's buy round out the window, to be honest with you. Again, I love that. The initial aggression shown by Zipan, making it all the way up into Mayo off of that flash. Your scene's like, yeah, cool, you're going to rush? I got a showstopper for you. Here you go.
And I've got to say, Guild are improving. I think any Guild fan definitely felt a little, not out of sorts, but it was pretty rough for a couple of weeks. You started to go, oh, where is that, you know, where's that chemistry gone? Where's that, you know, explosive team? And I've got to say, for me, Leo has been a huge influence. You're seeing as well out there coming in pretty hot, and it's being reflected in this game. So As said, for me, I'm loving watching the rise of Guild here every single time. Now, Bonka trying to go for the initial fight actually did get the ult orb, if I'm not mistaken, so probably not too dissuaded as it stands.
Time again. Guild happy to FPX do their thing, and only switch up really here is the double stack isn't ropes on Heaven, it's over towards and on B site with Leo jump spotting towards main. Again though, I don't think we have to readjust on this. You can see actually, yeah, just anticipate. Oh, actually, timing might be all you could see. Yassine was considering, he's thinking something's got to be up, man. They're creeping mid. They're creeping mid.
Yep. He's not wrong. And look at the crunch about to happen towards ramp. This is a harsh position to be in. All that utility has been focused. Now, Yassine is good for one. Can he survive this? Gets it into... Wait, where's the trade? No trade came in. Demasik finally appears, does the damage, but to be able to make that much out of a pure ramp crunch like that is pretty impressive. Now, you are seeing 4 still alive. They're trying to commit towards this one. FPX are down lower, though. Safe, though, just bringing a horrible surprise to Shadow, and Safe is just going to lock off Heaven for now. Race towards the rope side, try and take that Heaven control away. Where's that spike, though? On towards the side. Zipan finds Safe. This is a very weird fight. Leo's going to find it, though, and now just Xiao. A 1v2, and honestly, any other day of the week, I'd say Xiao's got a chance of this, but we haven't seen those hot hands coming out yet. He hasn't had that big game, and Bonkar's not going to allow it to happen either. Down goes Xiao, and another on the board for Guild. They are looking strong here. 2 remaining. Yes, a little bit of damage to the economy, but FPX need to get back on the board now.
Do indeed. They can't allow Guild continue this momentum. Because again, FPX, I mean, the cornerstone of their playstyle is being able to dictate the pace, right? Is to slow things down and create these opportunities where the enemy team has to go hunting. They have to find something. Right here, Guild not giving it to him. Like I said, they're playing so deep on these rounds that FPX, it's taken them that extra 20, 30 seconds to even explore. Right now, Zipan does have the showstopper. We're going to see a play made off the back of that. Once again, though, it's the default from FPX. I'm a little surprised. There's no pace change.
No, and again, context will be key. Keep in mind, they've been Fnatic just recently, Liquid just recently, Alliance, Raise Your Edge, Summon. I mean, they've taken all the big names. This is FPX on this map. This is a home map for them. They've sent a statement across Europe saying, look, this is our home map. Just don't play it against us. Try and veto it. I don't know. Like, we're going to pick it, so good luck. They absolutely smother teams here. This is the first time I've seen them look a little overwhelmed. And Guild have all the answers. Their homework, it's an A+. You know, they are absolutely railing FPX as it stands. It's a 9-7. You're not going to absolutely smash FPX, but the way Guild are approaching this is excellent. And that mid success that normally you'll see Angel find, these great site takes late in the round, have all been answered so far. But let's have a look at this one now. Draken readjusting, giving up Rafters and Heaven control. So this is a fair step. Just Bonkar up here, and that's going to be at least the giveaway on one. That's the spike noted too. That's a big fact-finding information piece. Angel does almost find him, but it's Demasik. Finally makes his way around. Northef comes in. Brilliant conversion on towards Draken. That's massive work from him.
Bang, going to go hunting with a showstopper as well. Yassine will find Angel in Heaven. We'll be able to escape away from that. 13 seconds left on the clock. Mike's got to go down now. Yeah, you can see Shadow just making his way onto site. Brings it to a 3v3. Hold that fort. Safe finds Demasik. So now both players boxed onto site. Guild able to spread.
All right. They have information on 1. 2 going to play back through from CT. You've got Shadow just trying to spam towards Heaven. Not a bad plan. Zipan getting proactive towards the screen side. He actually gets seen. Does he spot the next? Yes, he does! Formidable synergy between these two. Great work on that one. One securing Heaven, making sure no one can play from that, and the space being taken by the other to fight towards screens in a potentially unfavorable scenario. But obviously, if you're Guild, you're worried about kind of Pillar, that Elven on site, not Zipan in your face.
I love that trust there from Zipan. He doesn't even pay any attention to Heaven. It is full trust in your teammate there. Double swings, swings onto the 2-man in screens. Doesn't even hesitate. I love that. And again, in that scenario, 2v3, yeah, you got to make a play. Oh, hold that thought. Speaking of making plays, Zipan actually going to double satchel over. Bonkar going to find that one. You seen? How
He's so
seen
blind.
it? What?
He's so blind. I don't know how he was alive for so long. He was blind as anything. Eyes just being scooped out of the skull at that point. But now, yes, it's a pretty brutal hit towards A. You've got Bonkar on a deep off angle, just trying to play some sort of safety. But you can already see that Sky is trying to find out where he is. But Bonkar's managed to navigate around that. He's okay for now. And, you know, it looks like Breach is doing his best Bok cosplay. Nice work out there, by the way, Bok. Do like that. Demasic over towards ramp as well. So it looks like they're going to hit the brakes for a second, see if they can catch any player from FPX maybe, or Guild, excuse me, trying to maybe make an overplay, trying to equal this out and overstep and get even further in the hole.
Now things going to slow down a lot. Spike's still on Shadow. He's over towards A main. Actually, a big gap now if FPX are able to isolate one of these kills on A site. Shadow only got the one flash left, so it's got to be good here if they want to clear Bonkar out, and it's actually not. He's going to be able to stay.
Oh, that's perfect. Attention drawn. The first player, Shao, wasn't blinded, but the second was, so it did give him a favorable fight. Now Draken going to try and play a ring of roses around the pole he goes. My, he's looking pretty darn good at it. However, 6 seconds. This is a full plant now coming for Shadow, and you can imagine Safe is right up close. The angle's deeper, and Safe is there. Very well played by Safe there, not to overextend, try and catch him while he was planting. Lets the plant happen, gets a favorable position, and catches him ready for the defuse. So, again, a good game between these two. Close as anything. Double digits now reached by Guild.
This is actually crazy for me. I mean, Guild just looks so disciplined right now.
Last player standing.
So disciplined.
Spike planted.
Against a team like FPX, I mean, you can't be taking it with, again, we talk about Yassine being one of the best openers in the region. But really, this is not on the back of a pop-off performance. And look at it now, economy-wise. I mean, Draken, Bonkar, Yassine, Safe, all have their ultimates on 9. And look at FPX. They got a Vandal, a Sheriff, a Ghost, another Sheriff, and a Vandal. It's slim pickings over there. Shao 1 away from the revive.
Yeah. The step up from Guild has been magnificent. And the timing could not have been better, right? You've come into Masters in probably the best form we've seen them.
Oh, by far, yeah.
Keep in mind, a lot of the names on Guild, right? At early Valorant, early tournaments, super hype, everyone was on board, and then there was a little bit of a lull. There wasn't that consistency coming out. They didn't rise quite as high as I'd say, you know, your FPXs and your G2s and what have you, but now they've definitely kind of rekindled some of that spark, some of that magic. But FPX going back to what they know, or should I say Angel, just, you know, straight down mid. Do you reckon he can do this with his eyes closed? That's the thing. And it looks like, yes, he can. Draken gets found for free. Now, what do they do with this here?
Looks like Yassine's gonna be drawn over this way right now. Demasic gonna find Safe as well.
This is such a Russian buy. It's something you'd call a Russian buy. You have your 2 heavy fraggers, pick up the rifles, everyone else tries to save the money. And I guess their economy is just leading that way regardless, but it's so interesting to see that come out. And it works. I mean, they're expecting to come up against potentially pistols, and now look at what they've been able to recover. Another gun gets filtered through to the hands of Shao, if I'm not mistaken. There is another as well, so they could easily recover some of their economy. And this is off the back of just the Angel Classic, right? This is just, you know, walk up mid, win the fight, completely outdoing the player on the other side, and that's just how it goes sometimes. That's the bonus of having someone like Angel.
And the problem doing it on this round now, I don't want to see Guild completely flop back to, okay, now we have to overinvest. We have to cut double May or double ropes, and it's going to be really awkward if that is the case, because Guild have maintained composure. They've not allowed Angel to bully his way around mid. They've kind of given it up and said, yep, we'll readjust elsewhere. See FPX now going on the hunt. Leo and Bonkar have a couple of friends over in the attacker side spawn. They're looking to try and punish the economy here. Shadow will peek. Angel will swing and find both here. And yeah, it's that could be a pivotal round here, Lauren. I'm not going to lie.
It could springboard. Look at what it's done for the money. They've already got, what, 4 rifles to take into the next round anyway, so they get to keep that money building. This is the start of it, and I've got to say, Draken, absolutely unaware of the possibility of that. And I think if you're playing against someone like Angel, you've almost got to 100% believe he'll be there every single round. If he's not, it's a surprise.
Remaining.
And you can see them just catching everyone else, claiming all those rifles, filtering them back through, keeping the money.
Buy for Guild.
It's broken the economy of Guild. That is a massive round.
And look at it, yes, scrappy buy, but look at the emphasis right back onto mid in the next round.
Yep.
The setup completely adjusted here
Bomb buddy out.
on the side of Guild. You still have 4 ultimates here, so again, if things do start going wrong, they can potentially best into this to try and squeeze out this light buy.
The moves from Safe to get away from that were nuts. I don't think that Sky got to see whoever was in towards ropes. They double stacked ropes this time. Draken's going to show that his position is potentially there, and that's perfectly fine. It's the surprise of the additional. It's the surprise of Safe that's waiting. And I wonder if Angel's going to dare to double dip. He does seem to like to do it, but backing away this
again, though, I think Angel's reading into this. He's like, yeah, I've done a 1 round. Now we can probably find an opening elsewhere on one of the extremities. And talking of that, the 4-man creep into garage. Leo is jump spotting this. Draken, this could be a big misread.
30 seconds left.
If they hold, we'll see if they hold. They've only got 25 seconds. No, they're going to have to push this, pressure this issue. But there's now Demasik in the back line. Safe gives away the game. He knows, now you know where his position is. But there's still 2 players tucked on the side. Let's see what they can achieve from this one. And keep in mind, they're still a little scary. Keep in mind the time, 14 seconds. Angel again being just a grand equalizer. Oh, Yassine, that could have been huge. The spike's now at the back of the side. Keep your eyes on Sky. 5 seconds, spike's now lost. Live, Bonker, that's all you got to do.
They've got 100.
2 seconds, 1. He's being hunted. They cannot plant. Great work from Guild.
Oh my word. I have no idea how Yassine managed to get in behind enemy lines there in garage and pop that showstopper, but what a fumble. And that's the risky run. You let the clock run down, somebody finds a scrappy kill with a Bucky or something like that. And again, I love that switch up from Guild. They're not afraid to invest those ultimates to secure that round because it's a bigger win than it is lost for FPX.
Now, the money, luckily for FPX, is still there on the reinvest. They can get back on a buy. This is a timeout from FPX, 100%. That's a tilter of a round. That is a real tilter. You can see that in front of you. I haven't had that confirmed. I'm sure we will at some point if it is. But I think it's a very obvious one from FPX here, I think. But in my eyes, as I said, FPX had a decent read. The success that was had by someone like Demasik, I almost wanted Guild to pause for a second, FPX to pause for a second when they're over towards B to allow that paranoia to build, right? Like, because now there's Demasik over towards A, they've lost side control, they have no information, and you're gonna instantly want to try and lean players away. Yes, they were slightly stacked, but again, playing that slow against a potential stack, because they're on, you know, a bit of a scrappy buy, a forced buy of sorts, you know, you had Bucky's coming out, it was bits and pieces, that's a little too sketchy for me. So I think that was, again, I think a good reaction. I think the time was incorrect. I'd have liked to seen a little bit more pace to it, but we are seeing the full buy from both sides, so this should be a far more equal round.
The Safe actually going to find Shao early on. That's over on the side. Actually, going to try and force Stu here. The flash comes through. Safe has to back all the way up. Leo there to help him out, but Zipam going to find one. Safe trades back.
Safe's doing incredible work. The time being bought. These are not favorable fights for the attacking side. Angel going to try and pick up that spike. You can already see Yassine doing work towards Shadow, so it's just Angel now. A 1v4 presented to the main man himself. Full HP. He's got the ultimate. He can get towards A. He is on the way. Draken has noted this, though. He is flying through ropes. But Angel, what does he do with this? Does he expect them to consider it? Yes, but he's going to go for the spike plant anyway. Spike now down. He's got one player close towards screens, and he's got Draken off towards the left. That's a problem. Becomes the smoke criminal. Finds a clean fight on Yassine. He is just ripping them limb from limb. Now Angel has a 1v2. You cannot play this man individually. Do not give him any more chances. He is too good at this. The flash comes in, he turns it. Second one again, doesn't matter. A clean fight. Notes Draken. Does he now look for the second player? Oh, he's caught that. This could be the death of them. No, he's made it out. Angel is doing them dirty. Bonker on towards a spike. Oh, Draken saves the day. I was seeing Angel just getting that rhythm, that free flow where it all just slots in full on Neo mode from the Matrix. But no, it was kept in check by Guild, and it's 12 on the board. This
match point
is potentially a big upset coming into this, especially on this map. I wouldn't say in the series. If Guild win the series, that's no problem to me. That's a great game.
Split.
But on this map, on Split, I never saw it.
Let's not forget that not so long ago, Guild struggled against Fnatic, right? And the very next week, what happened with FPX? They came out and absolutely spanked Fnatic here on Split. So to say that there's been this much of a step change at FPX, FPX aren't playing badly. Guild are literally playing way above my expectations.
They're playing a great game. 100%. This is FPX are playing their normal game. I'd say yes, Shao's a little quieter than normal. Maybe some of the fraggers are a little quieter, but Guild are just playing a good game. Now, okay, mid take for FPX, same old, same old. Angels, you know, magnetizing towards the ropes, but position gets noted. There's no surprises to be found here. And again, Draken will probably have to deal with that eventually.
Once again, though, Guild are just happy to play deep. They don't want to give FPX their win condition, which is allowing Angel to find that opening. Not just the gap in the defense, but the kill more often than not as well. And over to it, though. FPX, a stack of ultimates here. The Showstopper, the Seekers, the Revive, the Neural Theft, all online here. But and with 3 rounds deficit, a lot to invest just to get them up to a 2-round difference. Again, though, look how slow it is here. It's 30 seconds now, and FPX not being given anything.
This has... Okay, so Seekers will be sent through. That doesn't give them too much.
Only 2 Seekers are gone.
Gets noted. Yeah, okay, here we go. Flash comes out now. That's the big game changer here. That gives Demasik a great way forward. Finds your scenes and takes him out, but Safe's still gone unchecked on. Trade comes in. Leo now on the swing. Spike's now down 10 seconds again. This becomes an element of time. They've got to be able to secure that plant, and they can't do it just yet. Down goes the ultimate, and now it's just Bonkar left in the 1v3. Time, 4 seconds. They should be okay to get the plant. It's down, the double face.
Okay.
And they hold
That was nearly really close. Only 2 of those Seekers actually came down onto B side, and I think the 3rd player still went unnoted when they swung out of heaven there. Yep. So that was nearly devastating if they'd have left. I think it was safe, right? If they left safe unchecked on site there.
Unchecked.
But again, I mean, my heart is pounding. It comes out to 13 seconds, and FPX still don't have site control. The spike goes down. It's like, oh my god, they're going to find another kill yet again.
I mean, Shadow kind of pop in some great flashes there too. I have to highlight that. The flashes were prime coming in. That did stop Safe being able to do much. And that's broken the back of the money. This should be 12-11 pretty soon. This game has got OT written all over it to me, I've got to say. If the money stays broken.
And now they challenge mid.
Or if that happens.
That's huge.
You will not kill
okay,
my
force the
ally.
res. Angel's back. But they are fighting this. You're right. They're leaving Leo to fight. Wall goes up. All right, keep going, guys. We're still around here. And there's still a player towards ropes. But look at the extremities. It's not just the mid play. You've got players pushing out towards A. Bonkers going towards their spawn. There's one man in sewer who might have noted this. The Cypher on the other side. Demasik might have an idea about this potentially. But they've lost so much control. And that's going to be spike in spawn. Timing's everything. Knife out! Oh, no! Oh, that's a huge fumble. That is now the spike in enemy hands. Bonkar has got this one now. Angel has to fight this back, and you know he is not happy about this, trying to creep in, close in, just shut the distance down. The spike does get recovered. Ring-a-rose, here we go. Demasik finds Bonkar, but look at the time again. This is starting to lose some of that presence now. There's problems. Draken's crept his way up towards middle. He's found Shadow. They've lost complete map control.
This is terrible. Just a pace switch here from Guild. They go through exploring A and 30 seconds. Look at FPX. They're still walking. They got to walk back mid. They've got to re-explore all of this space once again. Guild can reset, make them second guess absolutely every single corner they pass.
Okay, Zipan's been noted. They've got to feel this is going to be that B hit. Get yourself ready on that raise. Here we go.
Oh
Demasik goes in. He goes down. Draken's there. You seen? Swings out. Finds Angel. This is incredible stuff. Zipan now asked to do it all. The Bucky finally falls, but look at the time. 1 second is not enough. Anything can and will happen in Masters here in Europe. Guild beating FPX on their home map.
Wow. That is a statement made by Guy. I mean, the statement came in the map veto.
Well, eyes on it. Let's kind of review that once we've had a little bit of time with it, see how we feel about it. We are live into the game this time around. FPX, of course, starting out on the attacking side, and defensive side will be Guild. Already a bit of an A-lean in progress, and you're going to have Killjoy and Omen to greet them at the door, but Short is currently unoccupied. Just that turret, potentially, to keep information free-flowing. Interesting positions from Guild.
There's actually potentially these players, I was going to say, they have to get some value in A main, and Safe will shut down Angel, and that's the spike, actually. behind that. Shao kind of
Exactly.
stuck right now. The other 3 members of FPX all the way over in heaven.
If they get that spike down, it's okay, and they've not. That's the bigger problem. It's time to go and rescue the spike player. Get Shao towards the side. Draken's going to be a nuisance, but double-faced, double swung,
Well handled.
0 chances.
Actually, but they're going to try and reset away from this. At least sit back in A main for the time being. See if Guild are going to try and re-aggress onto this. Now, I expect Guild to potentially go hunting for another kill here, and you're seeing actually going to satchel in. I guess anticipating the rotation coming out. I thought maybe they were going to get aggressive towards Zipan because I feel like they saw him cross the wine, but the satchel in, I'm not sure about that. Again, in that scenario, I guess just a little bit of a mystery. They were expecting Zipan to play anchor, the other 2 members to maybe lurk their way back into mid and maybe re-explore short. But yeah, the approach I'm not so convinced by.
Yeah, and again, we've seen this, I guess, agent selection basically by NIP, which I think have kind of definitely, I don't want to say changed the meta, but shown that you don't have to play to the expected rules. I think it's more the players who play that agent than just the agent itself. And you've got to complement the style you want to go for, and I actually think FPX's style could work very well on that. Demasik proving that you can be incredibly powerful, even a more traditionally passive agent. But as said, we are into this one, and a curious start from Guild. I didn't mind the actual A-long stack.
No.
That was fine by me. It was just, as said, it was the later play when it was the 2v3 that just kind of left me scratching my head.
I'm around.
Placing alarm bot.
FPX playing this one very slowly. That's now passing 60 seconds left on the clock. Actually looking like they might try and force through mid here, and there's 2 members ready to greet them on the side of Guild, so they've got to be careful here because Angel's only running the frenzy, but it doesn't matter. He's going to find Yassine nonetheless.
Yeah, great work from Angel just to kind of still continue to lead the way here. And there we go. Wall goes up, so some safety has been found. And the side cross does come in. Leo does find Angel.
Okay.
Draken, now that's a problem. We've lost a little bit of that mid presence. Going to put Demasik in more of a kind of catch-all position, whereas previously he might have wanted to support the site. Does actually fall away towards that kind of B-hall area, which gives a great post-plant, or he goes for the late mid-wrap, potentially, if he feels he's got the right timing on it. But they have lost that mid-control. Now, look at the guns recovered. It is just, I believe, the Spectre. Turret going to keep Shao a little quieter than maybe he'd like. That's going to note the spot he's in. And yeah, it does look like Demasik has fallen back to a more traditional post plant. No wrap through mid going to come in.
Holding strong again. I think they just want to damage the economy here. That's why we can see the setup, the turret laid out just outside market here. Again, they're going to try and slow lane to prevent these 2 players actually escaping altogether. Draken going to swing, find Shout. That's 1 more weapon off the table. And actually, this is fantastic from Guild here. Really, really good. Again, they will all die out through the spike for the economy, but right there, that's all you can ask for really on the second. If you're going to lose it, make it costly.
They've done just that. Now, they will be... FPX can buy back in, absolutely fine, but they won't have that buffer. They won't have that little additional to work with. They'll have to reinvest on every single weapon. So the knock-on effect could certainly be there. We'll have to see how Guild approach this. I actually really like what they did, just trying to play the economy more than the round win, which would have been extremely unlikely. Of course, able to make it count when they were trying to exit the site itself. As it stands, though, Bonka is going to be, I believe, on just the Bulldog, but everyone else make it on towards Rifles. So, once again, proactive play over towards A and B this time from the defending side. Both at least trying to take a little presence on those extremities to begin with, whereas, of course, FPX, they love a mid-take.
Do indeed. This time, around a heavy lean on the defensive side towards A. It's actually a triple stack. Oh, Zipan did just catch sight of 1 safe creeping into main. The setup right now, good initially. Draken actually going to find Angel on the swing back behind default.
Yeah, great work from Draken there to kind of create that crossfire as they know they'd want to hunt out safe.
The clear is so
able to
good.
isolate him anyway, and FPX, yeah, that is a stunner of a site take. All angles accounted for, wonderful trading, good spacing between each other, and Yassine going to be forced to try and play this back in. Has a look down towards the kind of main entrance, just pops down a paint shell or 2 and in towards Hell. It's 2 players, actually. Will they expect the second, though? That's what's going to keep my attention drawn towards it. I'm curious if Shadow gets checked on here. Finding 1 gives you a little something. But already, Demasik forced to fight. He's going to try and bait in the lower player, which he does. incredibly well. Again, some of those smaller players, a nice synergy between FPX certainly got them that round.
And this is the thing, I mean, Split was a little weird, and we could talk about, you know, kind of that sense of urgency, but FPX right there, I mean, that was just systematic angle clearing there. The trades came in, the timing was perfect. Again, if you lose one, it's absolutely fine as long as it's traded out, right? You play the numbers game onto a side, and that was coming into the triple stack side on the defensive side. We'll have to see if FPX continue with this pace without Ascent, because that was the most uncharacteristic thing, was them not finding value on Split for these slow progressive hits.
Gonna post up for now, just one player. I think it's Zipan left over towards A, and they've kind of reverted back towards this mid take, maybe aware that those buckies have come out and paying a little mind to where they could potentially be.
And slow approach. And actually, Guild once again playing this triple stack, nobody in mid. Again, with that B main control, can afford to hold on to this. But a lot of pressure now falls onto those two B players as this mid hit comes through.
I don't think they're going to be able to hold too much from this. Maybe I'll be proven wrong, but Xiao's position's excellent and the timing could not have been better. Clearing through as the pressure began to mount through middle. And look at what's left. It is Leo with the Sheriff. The cross can't be too easily held, as we are seeing now. And he does at least get one full of his trouble, but at this point it is still a 4v2. And the spike should be on the way to site, sacrificing himself for the bit of damage they're coming in. Draken can't quite disrupt this and do much to hinder that plant.
Spike planted.
And a bucky in hand again. He's got a default to just trying to do some more damage here once again. Again, you look for the majority on the other team. If you can get 3 weapons off the board, it's a win. Round loss aside. Angel will clean it up. So, no more damage done. And right now, I mean, coming into the 5th round, and Demisik won off the Neural Theft, Angel won off his ultimate. Shadow, Zipan, and Shout all with theirs online. Now, on the other side, yes, a couple of people are close, but this is the buy round for Guild.
Bless you.
See, I muted there, so broadcast didn't hear it. So you saying bless you? Okay.
I heard it.
Can't even sneeze in peace. I couldn't even finish my point either. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to give up on this now.
Oh dear. And Guild, again, it's a rude awakening. We don't often get to see FPX kind of playing from the back. It's normally them leading series. So this is a new look, at least not completely, but FPX don't often lose their map. So quite interesting to see them coming back in on this one. Well, I say their map, I mean, this is Draken's map right now. The readjust could have been perfect. Can't quite make it away from Demisik, but a 3v3 now ensues, and the spike is still towards middle. There is a player on the side, and that is safe. Flashed up and blinded, comes out of that, but now is in more trouble. He knows he's surrounded and just completely dazed as Demisik makes it perfectly towards the site. And just going through those protocols so perfectly, you can't really deny the power on those side takes. But the investment of the res, whether or not that's for the economy or they really want to go for this now, it looks like they still do want to give it a crack, but not an easy post plan to get around.
3v3, Bonkar with the Hunter's Fury, but difficult to use in this scenario to find much value from it. At least Yassine actually going to find Demisik there. Shao going to reset into B main because he also has his Hunter's Fury. Shadow finds Leon. That's a big kill. He's going to actually maintain site control. He finds a second as well. Yassine all the way down onto site now. Do they commit to it? They do indeed. Shao going to pull it out. Gets the first tag. He's got to readjust, but Yassine will fall. FPX hold on to that one.
Little Pepe, man. But Draken with a good start. And this is the thing, I'm enjoying watching FPX kind of flex a little because, as I said, I don't get to see them playing from the back often. I don't often see them losing traditionally one of their best statistical maps, even though they did, I guess, choose this, whereas Guild came in with a pick on their favorite. So it's quite nice to see, as I think this is why we were often kind of looking at the setup as going, well, it's going to be probably a 2-0 because of the map pool, but Again, this is Guild not quite finding an answer just yet. It looks like FPX are extraordinarily diligent, and I don't think anyone can take that away from them as a collective. But I'm looking at where's that pick up from Guild, because last time around it was all their plan. Angel should clean this up comfortably. Zipan right with him, great spacing. No danger of a cheeky frenzy kill or two.
Because this is the thing, just look how quickly this time around on Ascent they're capitalizing on this space that Guild are giving them. It's so much quicker, it's so much cleaner as well. Playing way more aggressively here, and dare I say, even uncharacteristic for FPX. They're happy to just push in and take these gunfights where usually we know they revert to that structure, that discipline, anticipating enemy movements. To flash is going to be perfect from Shadow. Good for the first. Demon 6 swings on the trade. Arkan last man standing once again. Shao going to shut that down. FPX 6-0 up now.
It's quite clean, isn't it?
Squeaky.
And look, I'm going to be real with you guys playing along at home. Casting a really one-sided game. I know, like, all the FPX fans are like, why aren't you loving this? I'm like, well, because Guild aren't really doing much to stop this yet. Now, they have another kind of, I guess, bite of the cherry. Plenty of ultimates to play with as well. Full buy coming out. But we like kind of closer games. That first game was an excellent example of Guild having to kind of adjust. And I do see the Operator. It is with Draken. That doesn't upset me at all. I think Draken can be a very flary AWPer, and I'd love to see him put that into place. We'll see what he does with this. Looks like a potential look through short. Decides maybe to back away from that for now. Early ult pop as well from Bonkar. That's kind of interesting. A little curious to see it this early on.
And the important thing to note there, no tag, but no information also.
Cover going out.
So, again, thrown that away, and they were able to avoid it. Now, re-peek onto Tiles there. I love the fact that he throws the Hunter's Fury through, and Draken is peeking that way with the Operator also. Kind of double down on area of the map. Angel now going to destroy the wall through B main. Again, a much slower approach this time around from FPX.
Oh, this is going to be Draken. If I didn't like him sitting deeper back by tree. There are no indicators towards that A-long push, and you have, you know, enough presence there, and you've seen that this mid presence is building. Yassine's on the case, but he's going to make it out of there at least alive, but sadly without his ultimate anymore. Some of these ults being put down by Guild, finding absolutely no targets, and Draken unable to really bring this up into play yet. Bit of a tag, no frag, falls away, going to try and play in the bait onto safe. That's massive work. Demasig goes down 30 seconds now. Now there's problems starting to build, and Safe's going to try and do as best he can. Play his life res comes out, and now Draken better be able to hold this one down, but he's already dead. Angel working his way around, secures the site. This is wrapped up. Put a bow on it.
That pinch was amazing. Angel popping the TP all the way to spawn. Yassine going to try and find Shao in mid, but get anything from that. Shao down to 26 HP, but he will escape with his life. Leo, nothing left to do but try and cling onto this Vandal. Like FPX going to move to punish here, and the flawless round. Again, right now, it's, yes, 6-0 up, but the things we look towards now are them winning clean rounds, building that momentum in terms of the economy, and FPX not usually one to... Ooh, he does clear it, but Leo actually still fighting. Okay.
Jeez. Leo is a really sick player. To be fair, like, the more I've got to see Leo, he is a very, very talented player mechanically. He is outnumbered, and this one's all going to be kind of fallen to the wayside. FPX seemingly unfazed by that op presence that came out on short. I could see the bait coming in. It was quite nice. They kind of baited in safe on that deeper angle that, you know, they're trying to tunnel vision them towards that op clear. But as soon as they lost that mid control, you already had Angel flanking around, already pressuring towards the back of A, so no support was on the way. Sometimes I almost feel that Draken had to post up there, just kind of try and stick it out, even though he's kind of just playing high risk.
Well, I think the fact that he doesn't reveal his position or the Operator purchase in the early round is a big factor to consider there, because as soon as it's shown, the fact that there's 3 members of FPX stacked so closely, they can aggress that. They can push on. They can play trades versus an Operator, right? At the point where I think he got a leg onto Demasig, right? He actually got the wall bang, did a lot of damage to him, but he backed away, leaving safe on an island. Yes, he threw the paranoia through, but there's no double peak there. And I didn't quite understand that bit, because the breach flash comes through, so you know there's more than one. It was really interesting to see no repeat coming through from Draken.
Yeah, I'd have liked a little bit more of a stand there. Obviously, easier said than done, right? Hindsight is 20/20. We can sit here and say that, but again, Draken, I think, is one of those players we can expect a lot from. And Angel is still delivering. You're seen unable to capitalize on any part of this so far, and this is just a walkthrough. I've got to say it. And I want us to, you know, credit how well FPX are playing, but with no fight back from Guild, I can't really take this too far. Zipan is just backhanding Safe on like a mad wide swing. I think he's just like outclassed here.
You do indeed. Come through. Just need to find more. Actually, Draken going to find a consolation nonetheless. He'll down to 2 now. Sheriff and a Spectre, and that's the Spectre gone. Onkar making his way over. But again, like I said, previous hour before Leo put his 2 cents in. To try and win this one out clean. Onkar going to look to do a little more damage if possible, but Shout wise to it. FPX now rolling. Absolutely rolling, and a big shift from what we saw on Split. I'm not entirely sure whether that was a conscious decision or they spent the entirety of their Split attack trying to, you know, do those fact-finding missions. But this here is just a completely different look, and it looks as if Guild aren't able to respond whatsoever. FPX stacked up. They're playing trades so effectively right now, but it's a sense of urgency that's the biggest change from map 1.
I mean, by all accounts, just look at the combat score alone in this as well. Like, yes, Leo's up in the 2K, but no one else is joining him. We did have an off, I think, in Safe's hands? I'm not sure. You're seeing it's mad aggressive. Maybe that's what Guild needs to do. I mean, it's hard because FPX do play a really well kind of formed hold. And let's see what Safe does on shore here. Dies to Angel is what he does. Okay, Draken's like, look, I told you it's tricky. It's not just me. I promise you, Angel's just a monster on short. But there's still plenty of time to work with. They are still kind of pressuring towards short. But look at where that spike is, Hypoc. It's still over towards B.
There's a big gap.
And there's absolutely no one on that B side.
Big gap. Bonka playing deep in spawn. He is walking back this direction now. But if FPX can time this well, they might be able to get this mid control, cut off the rotation of Yassine. Yassine actually jump spots there, and I think he must have seen it. The wall's going to get invested on short, so seemingly no idea this B hit's coming through.
There we go. Scene still going to be maybe sweating a little at this point. Yeah, no nice angle to work with on that one, is there? You're just kind of surrounded by everyone. Draken, hello? Here we go. On towards the side we are. Bonker's still here. Maybe there's a chance for defense. Maybe not. Zipan just batters them. Leo's made his appearance, but again, Zipan could be rezzing this one out. He wants to fight for this one. Killjoy investing into this. That's not bad at all. Now with Leo and that Spike looking for the fight, you can see a bit of a trade out between both of them. That's with the op as well. Angel looking for the final kill here. Got 10 seconds to play with. He's got the Spike on the site, and Safe has an op in this. That's not easy to play back in.
Don't try and swap that out, surely.
Now, Angel. I mean, it's going to be a little tricky too quietly. Angel's going to post up. This is the perfect choice. Oh, but Safe lands the shot. That's good individual play from Safe. You can't bank on it every time, but he's made an impression with the op at least.
I thought with the readjust there from Angel, I thought he had him banged to rights, but Safe landing, I mean, proving me wrong straight away. Definitely shouldn't have swapped out in that case. Guild will get themselves on the board here. Again, that kill from Bonkar at backside is so huge. Again, from the shadows comes through. There you go. The rear. Actually, Angel did land the first shot. I didn't even realize Safe was only down on 80 HP there.
Okay, 8-1. I kind of, if I'm honest, because MR12 is very different to what people are used to playing, at least back in the day in Counter-Strike and what have you. Consider we have some very, classic Counter-Strike players. I'd almost like an earlier timeout from Guild, potentially, unless they feel like they have the right answer. They've simply been out-dueled on it, or what have you. We'll have to wait and see, because once again, Angel, look, it's not ropes this time. It is still short, and he's been, I'm sure that barrel's showing. Yep, it is. Angel just so quick on that. Ferrari peeking around the corner, and yeah, Draken wants in, but he's not getting in. Angel, this time does die. Draken's there, trying to double dip on this, and, well, he did find a bit of damage, but not much beyond that. Now the problems start to mount because they're being surrounded here on shore.
Yassine going to try and come in and pinch here, bail out his teammates on tree. Whether or not we have to come in, actually, Yassine does get a peek onto Zipan. The neural theft came through, so I'm not sure why they weren't anticipating that flank.
That's surprising at this point. Maybe the pace in which it happened, I don't know. Yassine's got to be careful here. Shao's trying to keep it at arm's length. Throws one towards Heaven. no real connection, but that cross he can hold pretty well as well. As soon as they come through short, he should be able to see it, but his Demasic is safe on the task. Oh, and the adjustment is gorgeous. Demasic, making it look too easy.
Good recovery there. Like I said, the neural theft goes through, it pops your scene in mid, and he was trying to satchel over the wall there. Again, they're going to get the audio cue, maybe just anticipating, you know, we sent out the neural theft, he's definitely not going to commit to the flank there. Once FPX were able to stabilize, absolute death grip onto that post plant. No, actually, yeah, I was going to say Guild just reset immediately.
It's rough, isn't it? I mean, the economy elements of this game, it's why it's so important to see teams try and keep on top of it, and when they do, it's impressive. Because you'll get left in these scenarios where you're down to frenzies. I think one sheriff's out too. Leo and Draken both opting for that. Whereas it's classics and, as I said, that frenzy for safe. And FPX, looking at their anti-eco, they sit super deep. They're expecting players to be pushed up. You can see this is a different look compared to the previous couple of rounds, and it's a good idea. They've gone for... I quite like what Guild have done, is that 4-play stack towards A, considering these mid-takes have been happening quite often. It's not a bad response. But do you go into the most kind of close quarter combat area of the map when you're up against potentially frenzies and things like this? Probably not. Playing in towards tree and short is pretty dangerous. I'm going to commit the Aldrone towards it, but let's see if they fall foul. They've seen a lot of information. That's at least enough of a stack that's going to leave you wondering for a second. Demasic trying to build up as well. You've got Killjoy on the other side. They're walking in towards potentially a stack here, but they do completely outgun them at this point, but it's always dangerous.
Netsky finds a headshot, but need to pitch through A main here, and Safe's still going to hold strong. He's going to upgrade his weapon as well. We'll grab it. Is that his ultimate potential on 9? Actually, yeah, down to 20 seconds here. FPX need to stabilize. Guild still have A main control, and this is a big threat right now.
Enemy tag.
I don't love this. And a couple of guns, as you said, being recovered. Safe's got his. Angel's now low, but Shadow's still alive and finds Safe. That was the big danger player, but apparently Leo wants in on this, and now the 2v2 jumps in on site up above, but it's going to be Bonka from behind, finding Shadow. Gun now picked up. Leo forced to try and get this one defused. Halfway, didn't quite make it. It's Shao to just keep this together, and that was sketchy, and probably why we said that shot's pretty precarious, especially with the Aldrone saying, there's 3 of them there.
Leo with the perfect bait there, by the way. Hopping up on top of Jen. Bonkar's able to swing out from main. Let's try it nonetheless. And looking at it, I mean, it's important for Guild there to pick up those kills. He's coming into the last round now. Leo one away from the revive. They have the lockdown, the showstopper, and the Hunter's Fury. I mean, yeah, the scoreline aside, like... If it's 11-1, it literally rides on the pistol, right? It literally rides on the pistol, so... You say you believe the comeback at like 10 rounds, right? Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Just checking.
Okay, 2 kills this time to start with as well. Yes, the investment of the ult kind of garnering part of that, but still, it's they need a buffer by all accounts. They desperately need more than 1 round on the board, so going to be holding on to this as best they can, give themselves a shot at that second half. As much as, yes, of course, it's technically possible, but in reality, those forced and unforced errors, and someone like Zipan just slicing through you like a hot knife through butter, it's not going to help matters, but now still seeing what the plan is. You can see them now committing to this. Shao stays alive. The man dips. How is he alive? He is so slick, but Leo is waiting. Finds Shadow. You see now gets towards Zipan. This is much better. Very involved in this, and you can see Shao. He got noted earlier, so safe. Trying to take that mid control, trying to corner off where he could potentially
19 HP in a dream. You're going to get Draken back on his feet just for good measure. Now, makes it a 1v5. I think actually, yeah, he's missed the timing on that. Ooh, but the smoke actually blocked it. Bonkar wouldn't have noticed that. Last round save?
It's got 10 seconds, but yeah.
10 seconds left.
What's the plan, Shao? Death. Death is the plan. Guild will be at least looking like they've got the bare minimum buffer.
There's a chance.
This does depend on a pistol.
There's a chance.
And it's very clear. Yeah, we'll give it a chance, but I think this is very much kind of... We start entertaining that prospect when they've done the very initial run. Clean pistol, they even convert the bonus. So that's the bare minimum they have to achieve. Do you believe?
I am known to be a believer. Occasionally. Have to wait and see. Is Guild poised for a quick A hit here? And actually, the triple stack, the side of FPX, is over towards A also. So they're going to try and set something up with the spy cam. The flash here, potentially. You can see he's already hopped into the cam. This is a perfect setup here.
Very nice. That's good.
Oh, it's so good.
Quickly swings this. Oh, the flash. How did he not get a single player? That was played to perfection, but I guess the shots just didn't land. You've seen just somehow working through them all. He's blind as a bat, but Shadow only going to get one. And FPX, depending on the retake now coming back in of this site, the control's already gone away from them. That was a very surprising beginning.
Able to get the spike down just yet. Zipan and Shao both out on Heaven Deep though already, and Rakan hasn't spotted the second.
One. Okay, the call was made to him for sure. Zipan finds an angle on him. Okay. And now the 2v2. Let's look at the crossfire. Bonkar playing sight and one towards hell. Already they go in, trying to bait the drop, and Leo gonna be locked off. That's so sick, Leo! He was desperate trying to help out his teammate, but there's only so much you can do, and now in a 1v2, the spike being diffused, he knows his days are numbered, and Zipan showing him how it's done on Sage.
The counter peek there from Zipan was perfect. As soon as Xiao starts getting pressured behind that wooden box up in the top corner, the wall is perfect. Perfect.
Player standing.
To box him into hell. Really, really nice retake from the two of them there. Again, the setup was so good in the early round for A main there. I'm not...
fantastic. I don't know how it didn't work. Like, the flash was perfectly timed too. It wasn't just the camera and the tag and the info and the swing. The flash was perfect. So, hey, look, it's sometimes it's how it goes. But a fast, slow towards short to allow a kind of quick swing around. The initial presence noted towards B, and then the quick take towards short. It looks like that's where they want to kind of keep plowing down towards Shadow. Going to get overwhelmed, but Demasig bails him out on a quick trade through. You're seeing going to try and pick up the mantle and work further forward. You're going to see slowly all that utility there to try and slow them down. Angel looking like he wants to fight, and he's going to die for it too. Demasig overwhelmed. Guild pulling out numbers out of nowhere. I don't know how they're doing this.
They'll get the weapon upgrades as well. Was that 2 or 3 Spectres? 2 Spectres at least. Xiao might be able to isolate this kill onto Yassine. And a fighting chance, because only one more on site, actually. Safe all the way deep in wine. And actually, Yassine goes unchecked. He's going to find Zipan, and that's the round all but done here. Xiao, once again, the last man standing. Break away from that angle. And again, a big bonus round here. If they could all upgrade, Rakan can get himself a Spectre as well. This is huge for Guild to build some momentum early on in this half.
It's given them, again, the problem is you're against 11 rounds. You have one round where, let's say, Zipan pulls off something nice or Demasig does some damage just straight under the gun. So this has to be flawless almost from Guild. Let's see what they can do here. It looks like we're going to see that Russian-ish buy, or a bit of a force buy, to be fair. You've got Angel on the rifle. Bucky with Shao. Frenzies. How much are they buying in? I'm trying to see how much they're willing to spend in this. It is a little bit more than maybe normal, but when you're on 11 rounds, disrupting the opponents is pretty important.
Indeed, is Guild again looking towards A site. Nothing shown towards B at all, and I mean, look how deep Leo's playing in Spawn. Anticipating a little bit of aggression on the side of FPX here.
They didn't see.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Oh,
maybe
okay.
They did.
Okay.
Oh, they definitely did. I really didn't think they saw that, but apparently, good eyes.
Pick that kill up and you peel away a little bit. Maybe looking to actually decide on this A split instead. Slow again, a lot of respect paid here, but also for Guild. I mean, they got to be cautious here. Like you said, it's 11 rounds they're up against. Don't want to make any sloppy mistakes. Angel will find one, but trade it out. You've seen we're going to upgrade as well. He will find the Vandal. 2 more players to deal with on site though, and Demasig, one of them, he's going to find safe initially. No counter peek coming out yet, or flash, or anything.
It's only baiting if you don't
Yeah.
clutch. Now, Shadow does have a classic and nothing else. So this might be, you know, not the good version of it, but we'll see. We'll see what he can do with this. Maybe a little bit of work from Xiao and he can swing in, but again, there we go. Finally shows presence. It doesn't get as much as he'd want. This one's done for. Guild continuing on their path. A couple more rounds like this and we'll start considering a bit more. Angel, the danger man in that round, did get found pretty quickly. His money is, what, he's down to 3k.
Buy a Vandal.
Something, it may not be ideal. Exactly, he'll be fine.
No armor, just buy a Vandal again, it's fine.
Yeah. Angel thinks no. But still, nicely done by Guild, just continuing forward on the process. And they've been playing very well. It's just, as I said, a Guardian going to come out for Angel instead, so I'm wondering how that gets worked in. But a full purchase for Guild here, so they have the building blocks to do nicely.
Yeah, actually everybody, well, 2,700 the lowest. I know I keep talking about it, but I mean, the big condition here is Guild are able to build the momentum of their economy. If there's a chance. Actually, a little bit of aggression onto mid here between the recon and the flash off short. Angel going to back away though, because it's... You find any information off that? Oh, okay. Yeah, Angel reset. It looked like they were going to send 4 over towards A here.
Camera taken out.
Let's see what the timing is, because Guild are progressing pretty heftily towards A, and... Oh! It's got no idea. Now we know... Where did that go? How is Demasik alive? I don't know the answers to these questions, but it's baffling to me. But he's going to just go and grab a quick heal. While that happens, see Shadow's joined in. This is looking like a problem for Guild, and this is where it could all go wrong off the back of a pretty unfortunate ultimate, honestly, just maybe hitting the wall or the door frame. Didn't work out quite so well for them, and that spike in Bonkar's hand trying to just peel away, maybe looking to be as an option, because bear in mind, Zipan is now on an island. There is a chance that this could still work out, but Bonkar now getting pressured from short. That's going to add some nerves to this cross.
Bonkar, the most blind I've ever seen anyone. Have to wait that one out. 15 seconds left on the clock now. They need to find this entry here. They need to find it now. Demasik holding steady will find both headshots. An easy cleanup by FPX, and that puts them on map point here to potentially force us to somewhere I didn't think we'd be seeing today, which is Icebox.
See how this goes from Demasik's perspective.
It still doesn't make sense.
I don't know
it
where
still doesn't
that
make
hit.
sense.
I've got a feel for them in a way, because that could have been a very different scenario if, as I said, Demasik was dead. You'd have short potentially open. Who knows? I mean, it's how it goes. You got to take that and move on. But it's unfortunate that you get map point against you at this junction off the back of that. But this is what we talk about with unforced and forced errors. Sometimes the way it goes. Zipan though getting a little proactive. Actively searching down by A-Long. Gonna take that. And look how much utility they're having to kind of invest into just clearing this potential position that he's already backed away from.
And again, Guild does nothing. Nothing in mid and nothing in B main. It allows FPX to play this A lean once again. 3 members to deal with here. The Aldron going to come through. Not going to find anything initially. Actually turning for the flash there. Get the most value as possible. The swing comes through from side. Zipan going to find 2 as well. Safe trades are out.
Zipan 2? I don't know how he got 2 from that position either. I thought there was going to be some work there, but Shadow works into the shadows, but the trade comes out. It's Angel still leading the way, still trying to do some work, but no. Safe and Bonk are desperate to hold this together, but here comes Demasik. The 1v2 presented. They have no idea on him. He's seen both. Takes down one. He knows where the second is. It's Killjoy. It's going to be safe up against him. Demasik wants this done. He wants them dead. He's going to spot them on the box again. And now the turret, quaking in their boots. Safe just has to commit towards one of these peaks. He's gonna have to do some damage on this. Demasik getting closer and closer now. He gets this. We go to the third, which would be...
Oh, he gets it!
There it is. Demasik just playing so well. That's perfect work coming back in. Guild are done. They get absolutely put under the foot of FPX. Map 1 was a surprise. Map 2, FPX remind them who they are.
I mean, for me, I'm kind of with Mitch. There's no way that any team with Angel that is currently boot camping doesn't have a plan for something, right? So the fact that this is in here, we're going to see some action. And the fact that also they selected attack on Icebox, for me, shows that they're going to try and, again, go for that kind of set the bar on their attacking side and maybe just kind of slow things down on the defensive half. But I'm intrigued, nonetheless. Again, it's always difficult to come in to call predictions on something like this when there's so little data, right?
Yeah.
Again, some of the wins that Guild have had, or some of the losses that Guild have had as well, you could say they're both. It's against kind of middling teams, right, in terms of performance.
Okay, for me, as much as Guild have been the more interesting storyline until this point, suddenly my attention switches to first time seeing FPX here. Now, I've been loving seeing the Reyna on this map. I mean, look, if any of you watched NA, you saw what Tens can do on that. You saw what Element could do on Europe. You've seen so many other players showing the power of that sort of thing. But these two teams, I don't feel play to that style stylistically at all. So, again, a new look to it. Maybe a little bit slower, a little less... I guess you still got Sky, so you've got some burst potential in this. And I want to see what that Viper does. We've got a deep ball coming out towards the backside of A. It's maybe trying to kind of navigate through the readability of it if it was from the very start. I don't mind that approach at all. And Zipan going to capitalize on Draken being a little bit alone here, trying to play towards those back boxes. They've taken at least some side control, but not enough. Angel playing in well on the trades effectively. Zipan did go down, at least trying to capitalize on that. Now, going to pop a little bit of work towards the back of side to once again zone off some of these areas, but they aren't necessarily committing. They're walking away from this.
Yeah, they're going to pull all the way back.
With no eyes on this at all.
30 seconds left.
They've left Xiao kind of lurking on A here, but he needs to show some presence to not... Here we go, he is going to show, and that's actually going to pull safe back, so that's huge. The fact that Xiao shows presence that late, as you can see, has kept all three players on A site.
Now, but yeah, big timing on that. So, nice little fake, a very committed fake, and a dangerous one at that. It's certainly not over yet, considering Xiao took a lot of damage. And the post plants are all going to be predominantly towards, long there. They're not really playing active on site or trying to take space, maybe because they simply don't know the timing as to when these players could arrive. When did they start realizing that was a fake? For now, though, by Yellow, Angel as well, just sitting back on this. Spike ticking, great dink as well. That's going to kind of slow the roll a little here. See who's going to catch the cross. So Xiao basically creating the crossfire, and that's a bit of a problem. They actually let Leo cross for free. That's not ideal, and you can see him trying to make up for it. Xiao does well to find the two there eventually, even after that cross came in. But well played in the end. You can see the safety in the post plant. Something with Vipers, we often say, is very tricky once that spike is down to navigate around her if she is still alive. And for someone like Angel, this could be a really interesting look for him. And as said, Guild unable to do much. Xiao, yes, he might let the first cross, but he dealt with the players on the side, which was probably the bigger fight to be had anyway.
Yeah, and again, Angel did burn one snake bite over on A, but you can see the second one was used post-plant there, so no surprises. Done the homework. Again, this isn't just chance being left on the board for us to go to Icebox. And actually, again, a nice little setup for the orb on A there to try and capitalize on a kill. Demistic just backing away on that reload, but not going to get punished for it initially. You're actually showing a little aggression here. The flash is perfect, actually. Demistic can't find the first, but he does eventually close out. Shadow's there to help him out. One more player left to deal with, and it's safe for the shorty.
Yeah. Bonkar's at A, so don't worry too much about him. You are right, it is just safe here. Just trying to find that final player. Still being methodical in approach too. They don't take needless risks. They'll still cross all the T's and dot all the I's. A spike in the hands of Angel going to be brought across. And this should be a safe, comfortable plant. Again, give them plenty of time for a post plant. I don't see any danger being garnered. Now they've fallen away from that B side where it was a little bit more congested. Bonkar gets found, and now the final player, sadly, is no man's land.
Out and slow approach there again. Guild trying to show a little bit of aggression to convert pistols. The shorty going for some B main control there. Back into this. Actually, FPX. Actually, I mean, not looking too bad. They've got 3 rifles on it. What's going to be the 4th with Angel as well. And that economy is looking fantastic, except for Demistic. Xiao only 2 off the Hunter's Fury already. Shadow halfway to the Seekers.
Okay, new look coming in though. This looks like a mid piece. Maybe exploring down towards mid. There is going to be probably the jump peeking, if not just straight up facing this on the other side for this over. But you can see the wall's going to at least allow a little bit of a cross there coming out. And again, Angel using this in a very unique way, but it's safe being a little bit more unique with a double kill already. Bonkar finds Angel. The trade's there eventually, but by now the numbers still looking pretty good for Guild in this, considering they have those 3 standing and a position's already been noted with 1. That's going to be, I think, Shadow's definitely spotted out with that spike. So Draken can slowly clear through, and once he does, there's no comfy post plant unless you do that. You find a kill now, and they do. Safe being caught off is a problem. They've managed to now create a bit of space, a little bit of room to play with. They're going to hit the brakes touch and just kind of clear as they go. They've still got 50 seconds here, and I'm liking how Angel is using Viper thus far. It's not in the kind of sense that we saw the likes of Fnatic using, or some of the others who've already run this, so you know, those long walls that give away the game. He's using it in almost short distance, kind of creating just using almost like a smoke pretty much at this point, but for the post plant it's even stronger, so I like that use from Angel for sure. But now, with 30 seconds, no one can spot this. The timing I don't think will be there for Draken walking.
Good.
Oh, he's seen it, he's seen it.
Yeah,
wow.
He did catch it.
Okay, that's incredible.
Yeah, straight away you can see Leo hit that rotate now. I don't think they can reach sight actually before. Let's see, the smoke's going to block. The
10 seconds left.
flash keeps him honest for the time being as well. So Shadow going to get the Seekers online. Whether or not they choose to use this here to secure this round. There you go. They get sent out.
Flash to follow as well.
Perfect. It's perfect.
So good. And where's that trade? Not there. Xiao's got his back. Shadow and Xiao brilliantly played. Again, the synergy between some of these players is incredible to watch. Lovely work, good use of the Seekers. And again, yes, maybe they could have won that 2v2, but why not 100% secure it? Why not invest into that one just to make sure no threats were there? Because, as we noted, Draken got a little more information than they would have liked.
For sure, this flash is just perfect to follow up on that. Yeah, I'm really loving seeing Sky get more usage. Just time and time again, and we're seeing some players really look at home on it as well. Again, now Guild down onto a scrappy purchase here. Bucky and a Marshall, flavor of choice over on B main. FPX, I mean, reverting back to what we kind of saw on map 1, right? Which is this slow, methodical approach, these fact-finding pushes in the early round. This time, working out much better for them. Nice box.
This slightly more flexible use of Viper is still going to keep my eyes trained towards this. Not afraid towards fighting in middle either. A bit of a heal coming in. One of the bonuses of Sky is it's a little bit more well-rounded. I'm glad the team's picked up on the Sky. I think all of us said, you know, she's going to be a very strong pick, a bit of an all-rounder even with that lane. Safe though, finding Demon Sick. Gonna have a couple more problems coming in, you see, that would have been good, but he doesn't quite find it. Shadow does instead. And again, finding a couple of picks here is great, and I want to see what that Sage does towards middle.
A-site's completely open.
Yeah, but the spike's not there yet, and I was wondering if that Sage would walk mid to try and cut this off, but no. I guess they're waiting.
Dipan getting this deep already. He's actually going to catch a sound cue in the defense's spawn. Will clean up Draken and going to reveal exactly what's going down here. So 3 members of Guild find themselves... okay. Well, Safe does trade it out actually with the Marshall. 6 HP though. Leo, no heal for another 30 seconds. So difficult to get this done. The equipment they've got. And again, that gives all the information over there exactly how they're going to try and re-aggress it. And actually missing the nade there, but yeah, Safe 6 HP. Just the explosion would have killed him there. Leo does find an upgrade, and yeah, we'll remove 1. Again, with the purchase here, expecting them to go and try and capitalize on that, or at least die out to the spike. Won't end up mattering.
1 enemy remaining.
Okay. That's 2,900 off the board for Xiao. Gonna make an awful lot of difference, but...
1 enemy remaining.
Just worth kind of being clean on that, I'd imagine. I don't think it was as necessary as considered, but we are kind of going back into this, and we are seeing, once again, that Odin come out. Full buy on both sides, but we're seeing that kind of buffer starting to build with FPX already on this 4-0 here coming in. And they're looking very... commendable on this. Again, when we roll back to what we've seen... Shut up, alright? I'm trying to not say it. How dare you? But they're actually fighting mid on both sides, and it's something we didn't see often from EU teams initially on this map. It was way more kind of site take heavy. NA looked a little bit more like they want to kind of flex in towards middle, kind of pressure through towards kitchen if they can. And it wasn't just a one-off. That was consistent if they felt that they could do it. And it looks like we're seeing a bit more of that here. The initial trade, of course, working out favorably towards Guild this time. But it's not the first time Angel's been looking for those fights. You've seen... It's kind of posted up here, trying to keep control. of this potential mid push, and it's got the eyes of pretty much 4 players from the defensive team now. Shadow's walking into a bit of a problem. There's a lot of players on the other side of this. Rez comes in. Shadow, though, finds Leo, but will they expect Yassine in this angle? No. Yassine's still going to keep this one somewhat safe. Oh, that looked so dicey. That was not quite what he imagined, I'm sure, and it doesn't quite do as much damage as he would have liked. But Draken, the timing! Oh, it could have been perfect, but he couldn't quite control it onto the other 2 players that were there. And again, you get focus, you get tunnel vision on mid. Those extremities, they will come and bite.
And actually, managed to slip past Xiao here, and Xiao going to immediately aggress onto... No way. Bonka, I was going to say, he's not been hard cleared here. He's going to find Xiao. Spike gets planted, and the lockdown invested as well here. Bonka finds a second. This is all falling apart for FPX here. Not clearing back sight. Zipan now got to play a little bit of aim training, but Yassine going to find it. That was strange to see. From Xiao in particular, again, Draken obviously catches some timing to be able to push all the way through to A main and flank mid, but the out zone came from back sight. So I'm not sure why they committed to the plant and didn't hard clear that. That was really strange.
I think this is FPX not being quite as not comfortable, but they're so well drilled on other maps. I couldn't imagine them getting flanked from A, you know what I mean? Like taking mid presence and then kind of not forgetting the extremities, but not accounting for them to the extent that Draken was able to. He could have maybe had 2 or 3 there. That's the scarier part. He got 1 and traded, but that could have been a lot worse. And in any other aspect, I normally feel that FPX will always have that. They are a very methodical team, very thinking, very smart in the way they approach it. Timeout coming in, not sure whose this is for. Maybe Tech. This feels a bit, you know, a bit early for calling tactical timeouts, but it seems though back underway. But so far, I've got to say, Guild aren't looking too bad, but that kind of slow A take has been hard to handle. We haven't seen too many B takes as the initial kind of focus from FPX. We have seen that mid take as well, so I want to see what the overall look is for FPX.
I'm back into this as well, and the thing I always look to, especially with this situation we have with FPX not having an awful lot to go back on in terms of this map, is seeing what they do with these ultimates now. Obviously, we know like to make those fast plays around Zipan Showstopper, but one in particular, the Bonka are going to catch a tag with the Owl Zone there, but not able to actually follow up with the Hunter's Fury. But yeah, like I said, it's a lot more, unless you just go through and force the issue on A, it's difficult to really make a play around that Showstopper on Icebox. So...
Alright, safe. Let's see it. This could be so filthy too. Just gonna keep his head tucked down, be like, alright.
Doing his best Steel cosplay.
Oh, it's worked!
Perfect.
Oh, it's worked! It's nasty and it worked. That shouldn't be on TV. If one of you wants to report that, say look after the watershed maybe. Bonkar's right there. Okay, so this is what we want to see. We want to see the depth of what FPX can bring. We haven't seen that B hit yet. We have a little bit of a late lurk towards middle. I think if that was slightly better timed with that crunch, that could have been nice, but Yassine's already on that. He's already watching this one. Straight away, boom. It is going to be Shadow outdoing him, but there's the next part of this. He's trying to get past these 3 players in here. Flash is certainly going to help matters. That could be a problem for Safe, for example, but on the flank, Shadow the 180, the backhand. Safe doesn't need to see him, but Shadow, how has this happened? How's he gotten this close and now on 1v2? This is feasible.
10 seconds left.
We've got to know to some degree that Leo's up here, but Draken, he might have just inted this so hard. He had no need to be there on his own. Untradeable. As Xiaono goes hunting. I guess better to be the hunter than the hunted. He's trying to take the fight. He wins it. Xiao.
Oh my god. The slightest of openings and Xiao punishes Guild right there. Again, I love it. He's in a 1v2 again. Numbers advantage. We saw this situation post-plant on Split where numbers stacked against him, plays it aggressively, swings onto Draken, under tube, finds that kill, and then isolates the 1v1 again with Leo. That was textbook from Xiao.
I cannot believe Draken gave him the opportunity. I know he was trying to get there quickly, but they didn't have the full information on where Xiao would be, and Xiao just being, posturing up a little bit, kind of peacocking almost, willing to take that initial fight. He got exactly what he wanted. 5-1. That's going to be a little bit of a tough pill to swallow, I feel, for Guild. That's a bit of a tilter.
And that was even after, I mean, they threw the Showstopper and Angel's ultimate at that last round. Obviously, Angel's getting cancelled out immediately, and Zipan's Ultimate not getting anything done. So to recover that round was massive.
What's the buy like as well for Guild here? I mean, I'm seeing a Sheriff, I'm seeing an Odin, I'm seeing... Okay, so it looks like 3 rifles and then 2 pistols. Not ideal, but it's manageable. But FPX, of course, way better equipped, unless maybe it's just the UI not switching over yet, which could be the case. But the side hit is coming through anyway. You can see the wall has been put into place here. Leo's going to find Zipan for free. No trade coming through just yet.
Actually, the second ping on that as well. Leo just going to charge onto site there. Angel, Demasek, and Angel once again. 3 kills in quick succession now. Guild find themselves at a 2v4. Onkar dealt with on backside. Safe, the last man standing. Odin in hand.
Look, I'm never going to say never, but... He's got one. Shout out.
He heard it. Yeah, he heard the Q on Demasek as well, so...
Yeah, but even part... Oh my god, he's got another. Okay, a 1v2 now. And there is tech... they should be able to both... It's not complimentary particularly. This is still scary, but... Yeah, they're gonna sit a little bit safer. You can see that post-plant position being picked up by Shadow there, just to make sure he's not within just, like, getting unlucky range.
Yeah.
Angel to take the fight, well controlled at the end. But it got... There was moments.
NT nonetheless. FPX go up 6-1. I have never seen this room before. And something new every day. But again, Guild, I mean, now with this repurchase the next round, that was a force. That was a force with the 2 rifles and the Odin. So yeah, that's another tough loss for Guild in terms of the round.
Ahead.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, unless they can get anything done. Look at Guild, though. They're looking to swarm through mid here.
Yeah, I mean, trying to maybe bring the pistols into an area where they can cause a bit of mayhem. Not a terrible idea. Get proactive in it, but you're gonna also potentially face this problem because FPX hold a deeper sort of default. Yeah, we've seen a couple of aliens, but more often than not, it has been this, and greeted quite comfortably by Shadow on the other side.
Literally expecting that sort of play to come out, and the setup was perfect for Zipan. That's safe, just glance in the other direction. That's going to give them control of B site now. The wall up. It's going to block off the vision for them. Leo and Draken once again. Sheriffs to try and tap away, but Shadow to put the distance to his advantage.
Flawless.
And there you go, Shadow will find the 4th on the round.
Nice.
Flawless round for FPX. And really, I mean, when Guild are making these decisions economy-wise, that's... take a look at FPX here. Yeah, the lowest being 3,600 on Angel. So they're going to be pretty comfortable for the next 2, potentially 3 rounds, depending on how many deaths come through.
How much are we reading into... So, again, where do we put Guild on the scale of confidence in this map as well? That's another factor that I guess we... Obviously, you're going to look at FPX because it's simply not within their wheelhouse traditionally, but would you say this is a solid map for Guild in your mind?
Scanning ahead.
I don't think so, no.
Yeah.
I mean, thinking back, the one that stands out in my mind is Liquid gave them an absolute battering not so long ago. But yeah, you could... that was way back at Red Bull Homeground, actually. Seems like forever ago.
It does. Like, how is it that long ago now? But again, I think this is very hard to judge across the board. I'd love to see more of FPX on this map. I think that's the most exciting prospect, is getting to see what they have in mind. And it's a very different look, I'd say, and pace to what I've seen from other teams. And the amount of attention that they're already putting towards middle, I love. This constant, like, okay, we're going to keep check on you. If you're going to try and push this, you're seeing, if you're trying to get in our face, we will continually try and pressure this. And now, after that pick towards middle, look how long those rotations are going to be towards A. We've got 2 players waiting patiently for what's coming their way, which is the entirety of FPX.
This as well. Again, follow up on the Seekers. Not actually there initially. Again, a lot of distance to close down, but look at that. Zipan able to pinch Onkar inside heaven.
30 seconds
Zhao
left.
going to swing onto Leo as well. So both players on site challenging just way before the hit. Guild giving it all up there. I mean, as soon as the Seekers come through, there's almost no point challenging that. Safe. The longest spray I've ever seen with an Odin will pick up Zipan.
It's
But yeah,
ambitious.
it's really, really interesting decision making there. Like, Seekers come through, you know they're going to try and charge those down. Nice hit from FPX nonetheless, but seemingly minimal investment other than the Seekers Angel. Catch a glimpse, Shadow,
Yeah.
clean it up.
For me,
Yeah, Guild looking a little shaky.
yeah, I kind of want a timeout from Guild. It looks like they've gone for it. I'm at 8-1. You need to find an answer because there's been dabbles of mid aggression. I think it's either commit or don't. They seem to be unable to control that A hit. I think that's the one thing. The amount of success that FPX are having on this A hit is hard to deal with. So you've got to then look at, okay, well, if we can't just take the 1-to-1 fight, we've got to look at another option, right? So maybe take that fast mid control or play up those extremities. But you have to obviously wait for those indicators to be shown because that default they're holding is pretty good for FPX. They've been able to catch most kind of just halfway aggression, that kind of play through mid that your scene's trying to get away with. It's not really working out on your own. You kind of need more behind it. As I said, we saw what happened when Draken got the timing right on it potentially, but now their money's kind of in the bin. The Guild don't have enough time to play with this.
You're absolutely right. The other thing, really, we've not seen. I mean, other than the save round where they pushed mid, there's no attempt from Guild to send out any feelers in the early round to kind of, I guess, grab some info on what FPX are trying to do. Because on the flip side of that, FPX are moving so slow in the early round that they would literally have to overextend to find that information. Again, with only Sova, it's a lot of pressure on that one person to find that. And actually, I mean, Leo playing over towards A, Bonko over towards Kitchen, it's pretty deep.
This time, attention towards being long, it looks like, coming out from Guild. And the problem is the buy. If this was on a gun round, it might be something different, but we've got, as much as the Bucky does get brought into discussion, it's still probably not going to outdo 5 rifles, full utility being thrown their way. And FPX are just going to kind of send Guild back to a more standard hold. That's about as much as they can get done out of this, but it is all 5 players. Now you're going to see that Sova turn around. Xiao suddenly goes, I should probably be just a little cautious with that back. Has a check, but still going to progress forward. It's the cross now that will be the harder part of this. Couple of points of contact, but no connections yet.
30 seconds left.
Okay, it takes so long for them to find the first. 20 seconds left on the clock now. FPX running this one down. Leo will find one, but quickly dealt with. Xiao will clean it up. There's 2 left standing. You're seeing with a Bucky, Draken with a Marshall. Xiao will fall here.
Last player standing.
Nice headshot through the box there, though. Dean will fall.
No charges.
Yeah, he can't cross over to get that Vandal. Unfortunately, Shadow will clean it up, but FPX go 9-1 up. I've got to see something from Guild here. We've got a couple of ultimates online. I want to see a proactive play here to try and put the stops on, because, again, we're dealing with a similar situation.
Yeah.
Mathematically, it just becomes impossible, right? Against a team like FPX, if you are this much of a deficit, it's just a matter of time once the half switch comes through.
Okay, so it looks like the adjustment they want to go for is safe picking up the op, potentially. Now,
Placing swamp grenade.
I don't think how that plays into it. I guess it means that he feels like he's a little bit easier to dedicate himself towards that A site. And already that turret going to get contact with Zipan, force them back a little bit deeper, and again losing a lot of the information play. But Angel, you can't just do this in dribs and drabs. We've seen it before. You've seen Trite this the last couple of rounds. It's not just as, well, I'll just win the fight. You need more to take that mid control if they're holding this deep default. You seen?
What?
Oh.
Rosa.
Rosa, please. Oh,
Literally went.
That through him. That went through him.
Yeah, it went through his face.
Man, that's rough. I mean, but again, you can't half-heart these things, I think, especially against FPX when they're playing a really well-rounded style. I don't think we've seen Viper being super integral. I think it's very complementary to what FPX want to do. But again, I don't think it's the biggest selling point. They look very well versed in this. So far, Demasic Does manage to find safe, so that's kind of the site under wraps. Leo's still hanging around a little close, but the trade's effective for Shadow, always within range. And look at the scoreline. It's a disaster for Guild at this point. They've lost all that momentum, and that brilliance that we saw before has just kind of fallen to the wayside. And again, this is one thing. As much as people go, oh, no, look at the... Oh, God. I mean,
of course, that's the replay we show.
Riot sat there just sweating like,
yeah.
Skip this one, skip it. I'm kidding. But no, I mean, this is the thing. As much as I know that the fanboys are on the desk, be like, look how great Viper is. Look at Angel. Oh, he's so smart. That's exactly how they sound, of course. I don't want to say
Mitch, right?
It was. I'm glad you got it.
It was uncanny.
Yeah, it was good. I've been working on that. You know, it's something I've been working on, and I like seeing Angel playing this in a new way as well. It feels a little bit more, a little less predictable, and I think he's already addressed some of my critique towards its potential predictability when we've seen him in the past, kind of being like, we want to go to this site. Just chill out here, and by the time you try and double pump somewhere else, you have no wall, right? It's just like, but I promise you in the post plant I'm useful. Angel's using it a little bit more, almost kind of reactively, or like quicker, right? He's using smaller portions, and I like that. Again, do I think another agent can do it? Sure, but I like seeing Angel showing this off on a map that looks good. I mean, he's not popping off. It's the Shadow show right now, and Xiao's been certainly well within the mix.
That's the thing. Usually when we see a Viper come out for a team as a pocket pick, so to say, it's like the crutch of their playstyle, right?
Yes.
It's like the crutch to their strategy, and right here, I mean, it's fairly bread and butter FPX, to be honest with you. There's no real flair to it.
All right, we're back in. Guild, I hope they've been able to maybe, I don't know, fix up whatever the issues are, but at this point, 10-1, and even the 1 didn't look that convincing. I mean, this one is a little unfortunate, because I think you're once again seeing what Guild can be, and then where Guild need to work on it still. I think that's as simple as it is. FPX, I'd still consider some of the strongest in Europe, towards, you know, the top 2, top 3 at worst. You know, these guys are incredibly strong, and their map pool is now looking deeper. And this is such a huge thing now for every other team going, oh, so we now have to run a full veto against them. We don't get one free map out of it. Okay. So, huge statement to be made here in potentially this game, but it's a 10-1 for now. The slowest site take is on the way.
Backed up, and I see a preemptive lockdown here set in place by Safe. Hunter's Fury going to quickly deal with it, though. Average Jonas cringing in chat, I'm sure. No shock darts used on that one, but Arkan comes through. Zipband will fall on sight, and there we go. The trades good initially. Demon Sick finding that one brings it to a 4v4 now. Still a couple of ultimates on the board here for Guild, but they're invested in Angel actually going to throw down his... to try and get some control here.
Yeah, great idea too. This just keeps that site even safer, even though there's a couple of threats still on deck. Shadow now being very kind of conscious of
Seekers.
The back flank, and it works well. Seekers, yes, they are out and about if needed at this point. Shadow has them available. I don't see a pop just yet either. Now it's gone down. Shadow now trying to get invested, but it's a trade out, a 1-for-1 so far. The ultimate's gone down because so has Angel.
What?
And maybe there's life in them yet. It's down to just Shadow though, and this man has been stepping up and delivering, but timing's going to be a factor. Where is that spike? He's above him! The adjustment's good, but Draken has the time and gets Guild a second on the board.
Yeah, a little weird. As soon as the Seekers are thrown out, Angel actually fell, so it gave them that massive safety net almost to maintain control there. And that's an interesting combo as well. The Seekers inside the Viper ultimate. We don't see that very often. Yeah, I can't help but feel it's pretty OP. Yeah. Unfortunately, not able to convert that one. Shadow readjust in front of this kill above him was something as well. Fortunately, Draken holds strong, finds the third on the round. And to the half, though. That's, I mean, we can't have the same 3 conversations we had in the previous map once again. It's tough.
Yep. I'm very much there with you. Let's see what they can do, though. Guild, do you want this one to, at least when you look back on, you know, your various websites with all the statistics, you go, oh, that wasn't a terrible game, or do you want Xiao to just fly at you? In tow, of course, with Zipham, but both of them facing Guild, getting a bit of a rude awakening here, going, wait, but you let us take a lot of space. Can we do that? We let you guys get real close to the site. I want to do that as well. FPX not so keen on it, and they have felt out this Bit of a play coming. Interesting work as well from Angel on the defensive side to just slice through this map as well, or at least the site, to kind of create a wall that's quite hard to work through. Now already you've got the Omen on the other side. Keeping a little bit of a look. Draken now considering, okay, is there a flank coming on? And they will re-aggress probably once that wall gets dropped.
Indeed, though. Ooh, my word, that's a spot from Demisik. Draken playing all the way under spawn ramp will lose his life. And actually, after finding that, he's set up on the A side of that ramp. So Demisik already going to hit this preemptive rotate. You can see Angel, the one-way lined up on B lane. No pressure that side whatsoever. They can hold this setup for the time being.
30 seconds left.
Oh no, this is awkward. This is really awkward.
Shadow still gets safe as well. It's 20 seconds. Where's that spike? It's in the hands of Leo. Shadow's there as well. And the time's just dwindling. This is horrific to watch. Keep in mind, yes, they might won, but Shadow's got the perfect position. There goes the spike. It's down 7 seconds. You got 3 players to now find Bonker. Put a fork in it. This game's done.
Yeah, and there with the loss and no plant and the 2 kills, it's difficult here. I mean, if it's me, I'm forcing back in, but
yeah,
it's like that's going to be the decision here. Marshall, Frenzy, Spectre, Frenzy. Not Bonker goes no utility and no, he's going to go all U2 actually. I don't know if he's got a weapon behind that classic and the UI hasn't updated, but Ghost actually.
All right, 11-2, we go again. Guild, how many rounds can you run this? Looks like they want to go for that A piece again. You still have Zipan over here, and last time around he did have support, and this time he doesn't even need it in the form of a player. He's got his Boombot to help out. Shadow is there. Zipan goes down, somewhat similar to the previous round, but look at Chow now trying to re-aggress. That's a little messy at the start, but makes up for it in the end, and now look at what's remaining. FPX are going to take all these fights. This is scrappy. This looks like, I've got to say, Guild look mentally checked out here, and yes, Draken can do some damage and maybe put on a show. As we know he can! This is exactly where Draken is able to hit shots. The periphery, alright? Straight in front? No, no. The extremities? Yes. Now Angel, gonna shut him down. That is 12 on the board, and Guild running out of options now.
Match point.
Yeah, I mean, running out, have run out, to be honest. That was the force back in, and now FPX on map and series point here. Yeah, this is tough. It's again, this is what FPX want, right? They want their enemies to make desperation plays. They want it to be sloppy because that structure is so strong for them. Right here. It's where FPX really shine.
Oh, Leo, hello.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there you go. There's the desperation play.
Look, at one point when you play deathmatch, you will potentially win it, and just the run mid seemed to have worked. Now it is a 2v3, and Xiao and Zipan are left. The thing is, Xiao's not in necessarily a bad position. Neither Zipan. They found Leo, so this kind of now leaves them a little surrounded, and look where that spike is.
How has this come to a 2v2?
It's probably
a 3-for-1 trade initially.
Yeah, Zipan's just potentially won this, and Draken now, he's got 20 HP. FPX are just flexing their muscles. There it is, Xiao to close down, and FPX 13-2.